Hey everybody, Pals Poison here, and welcome to Death's Gambit, which is a text-based horror game or interactive fiction and forgive me sir if I mispronounce your name, I am simply an American who doesn't know any better, so don't judge me. Or do judge me. I don't care, it's up to you. By Stirred Hecking. Hopefully I got that right. If I didn't, feel free to roast me in the comments, that's fine. If you want to check this out for yourself, go ahead and click on that link below and it'll take you straight to the game. So anyway, like I said, this is Death's Gambit, and we're going to check it out together right now. Here we go. Gambit for good fortune. Please select a city in the drop-down list in order for the game to function correctly. If you wish to select a random city, that's no problem. Oh, alright. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Let me see if you got the closest one to me. You don't. Well then, I'll pick a major city that is at least sort of nearby. That's also not here. Okay. Oh, goodness. Wow, who knew that the picking the city would be the biggest challenge of the game thus far, right? Oh man. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Are any of these cities in the United States? Okay, how about somewhere where I've always wanted to visit? Let's see. Tokyo! Never been to Japan. Would very much love to go to Japan. So, I'm going to pick Tokyo. Okay, start the game. The sun has set and you have grabbed the deck of cards. It's a vintage one, which looks rather unsettling. Maybe you have chosen it because it fits the game more? You have already placed one chair outside facing the window and your chair inside also facing the window. It's dark outside and you feel a little jumpy. Life has put you under a lot of stress lately. All you need is a little luck. Just a pinch. You place the pen and paper on the windowsill. Shuffle the cards. You shuffle the cards. The smell of cards wafts into your nose and lingers. It's musky and sweet. Somehow it reminds you of chocolate. Start game. As instructed, you chant, I leave my faith up to luck. Whoa. Towards the darkness behind the window a few times. You hear an unusually loud gust of wind. This must be it. The game must have begun. You have been told the rules are simple. You place two cards face down on the windowsill. One for the guest and one for yourself. Afterwards, you turn them around and compare them. Death gets 1 point if his card is higher. Otherwise, you get 1 point. The aces count as the highest cards. The thought of your guest being the Reaper makes you laugh a little, because the gust of wind could have been just a random coincidence. Place the first two cards. Alright, two hand-picked cards are placed down. You will now turn them around and keep track of the score. I hope you are there in the empty void behind the window, because I could really use that nudge of supernatural in my life, you say. Time to turn them around. My hand. Death's hand. Oh, look at this neat artwork here. I like it. It's like I'm assuming it's hand drawn or otherwise hand created or even computer created. Oh no. A 3. Oh man, I'm not going to accuse Death of cheating. That seems like a bad thing to do. So continue to a new hand. Human 0, Death 1. You question whether or not this game actually works. You think, it feels silly playing it, especially after losing the first round, right? Place 2 new cards. You think it's time to play again. How bad can things get, right? Continue. My hand. Death's hand. Let's see his card first this time. Oh, Suicidal King. Ah, Queen. Spades. I'm not going to accuse Death of cheating just yet. Continue to a new hand. Human 0, Death 2. You're not sure if he is truly out there, but you feel lonely inside, staring at the world outside, so you might as well bore him with your story. You say, it's not a heroic one, nor is it one of awe. One could even call it saddening or dreary. Draw some cards. I don't know if you want to hear my story or not, but you're stuck with me until the card game ends. That means you have to sit out 24 more draws before the total score saves you from me, or vice versa. Continue. 3 again. And an 8. Human 0, Death 3. You say, damn you! Luck seems to be on your side. I wonder if the deity, being or whatever Lady Fortune might be, isn't just helping Death out of favoritism. I know Death has a nasty habit of cheating, so paying a tiny amount more attention to the cards could help me, you think. Blow some dust off the windowsill. Should have maybe kept the house cleaner, but nonetheless you shall continue. You are certainly not going to give up after just 3 rounds of the gamble. We pull a 4. Death pulls a 5. This is not going well for us. You feel a little drowsy. Haven't you seen Death's last card before? I could start my endless life story from the beginning, or in the middle, or why I ended up in this chair facing the window while staring into nothingness. However, you are honestly not sure where to begin. Gosh, I feel stupid for talking to an empty chair behind a window. Somehow your whole life felt like a series of chances with a whiff of predetermined destination. All right. I shall first reveal the next 2 cards. We have a 5 of hearts. He has an 8 of hearts. Continue. I think it would be rather dramatic to throw my entire life story at you, so I will keep that part to myself for now. You touch the already played cards. The cards are made of a premium cotton paper mixture, which yellowed a little. Some cards feel oddly cold, as if they have been outside. You continue. Such nice things we didn't have, you know. Premium playing cards. We even used beer caps as poker chips. Your subconscious is working overtime to keep you from talking about the reason you are here. The thoughts hurt. Give Death a hint. I've been told that the winner of this game would get a lifetime's worth of luck, fortune, whatever. I am not a superstitious person. I don't even believe in God. But at this point, I'd do anything. You cough, for sitting near the window makes you feel cold. If I don't win, I can never pay them back. Continue. Pay who back? It's a mystery. We pull a 9. Death pulls a 6. We finally win one. Yay! Go us. Lady Luck must smile at you. Did you convince her to help you? You continue smiling. They say the chance is 50-50, but the more cards we draw and the smaller the deck becomes, the more chance one has to win. I sure hope she isn't helping you out. Alright, I'm no mathematician, otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here. You might still be sitting there. But I do like to gamble, maybe a bit too much. You place 2 new cards on the sill. A 9. And an ace. The deck has enough cards for a lot more rounds, but it diminishes round after round. You sigh. The deck of cards feels like my options I have. The more choices I make, the less of them are left. Stare beyond the window. You gaze upon the outside world, remembering when you walked in it with no negative baggage. I need to win, because it could help me get the money I need to pay them, to get her back. Oh, a lady. Ooh, a jack. Nice. What does this mean? Here in the United States, this is the game of war that we're playing here, and this would be a war, and more cards are drawn, and yeah, I don't need to explain that to anyone. Okay, continue. You sigh again. You seem to be the one in favor of luck. I'm not even sure if you can hear what I'm trying to tell you, but I need to win. You know, this self-pity won't get you anywhere, because it only works for small children who can be belittled. Pick 2 more cards. You continue. If you can truly hear me, please just let me win. She is my world, and there is no other way for me to get her back. Continue. My hand. 7. Death's hand. 6. Oh boy. Look at that comeback we got. The boys in lockup told me about this silly game. You shake your head as if you don't want to acknowledge the fact that you are following their stories and actually playing it. They told me about a woman they robbed before the time they hired me, whom was presumably a witch. You laugh, but it's more of an embarrassment than of joy. You continue telling the guest your story. The woman would have been seen during the witching hour playing with fire and otherworldly objects. She believed salt would keep evil things outside of her house. You pause for a moment because you saw something in the void, but you are uncertain if your eyes aren't just playing tricks on you. Blow some warm breath into your hands. Little did the witch know salt wouldn't be able to keep some robbers out. A deep breath you take and you look around you. A glass of water could have been handy. They tortured her to make her tell them where she kept money or other valuables, because even a witch needs to eat and get around. Finally got an ace. Ooh, crushed it. Nice. Instead, she told the boys about the fact she was playing this game and explained to them that if they were to make her stop playing it, death would demand someone's soul. The boys had a good laugh about it and even asked her the purpose and the rules of this game, you heard. You smile and say, "The one I am replacing went missing a few days after, never to be seen again. You aren't the person to believe in these ghost stories, but your deck of options has diminished enough to end up playing the witch's game." A 10 and a 5. We're making a comeback. Goddamn, you say out loud, for death is having the upper hand. You weren't raised as a righteous Catholic, even though your family was. Even they gave up hope long ago. This endless fight you have been in has tired you enough to get angry at the void. Grab the top 2 cards. I just can't lose. Continue. Ooh. Oh no. So by my count, it's 11 cards. Wait, doesn't... Oh. There was the one draw that didn't count for anything, so 13? Is that... Okay, well, anyway. Anyway, let's get back to where the bloke went missing, you say. The lights flickered as you continued your story. I escaped the jail a few hours ago. The guards didn't put the cuffs on tightly enough. Your hands are still sweaty because you feel anxious. They could be here any moment. Quickly place 2 more cards down. I went to that place for caught robbery indeed, but it's not what you think. I am no killer, nor am I a torturer. Your mind is trying to convince itself that it isn't corrupted yet, but deep down inside, you feel broken and dirty. Laugh it off. When you were younger, you had an amazing talent for electronics. You could build small devices of sorts and tamper with others. When growing up, you found out alarm systems were nothing short of electric techniques. A few wrong life choices, and you ended up having criminals as friends, the kind who commit to organized crime. My hand, Queen. Death's 7. Continue. I think the odds are in your favor, mister, or should I just keep it at death? You say while trying to stay cool, because you know your short temper won't get you anywhere. notice the half-deck. Oh my, we are halfway through, aren't we? You feel suspension in your body, for this means you are getting closer to an end. Continue. 10. And a 2. Now we're talking. We're only down by 1. You frown, and you notice the fact your mind is jumping from story to story. Maybe it's the adrenaline still doing its job. You try to return to the red thread, and you continue. The bloke went missing, and they hired me to replace him. Since the payment was enormous and enough to get her back, I took the job. Take 2 cards again. You see, I might have borrowed some money from some people in the past. Some of these people included shady figures from the underworld. Your voice trembles as you say the person's name, who you owe the money. You continue. I was going to win the money back, truly. Continue. A 5. And a king. You sigh for the umpteenth time tonight. I'm no Catholic, nor believer, but this sure as hell feels like a confessional. It feels like weights are being lifted from your shoulder as you are cleaning your spirit. This doesn't happen quite often, I imagine, right? A human confessing their sins with death, you say mockingly. I shouldn't have made her my collateral, but it was the only way they knew I would pay them back. Oh my god, we're kind of a shady dude. Maybe we deserve exactly what happens to us. My hand. 4. Oh, man. Can we even come back and win this? I don't know. Your forehead feels warm and moist, something you always experience when losing a round of any card game. You see, my luck isn't that present. Look into the void. The wind is gently blowing outside, and you faintly hear leaves rustle, but the chair is still empty. You question yourself if this isn't a waste of time. 9 and 3. You feel a surge of clarity rushing through your body, and you tell death something which you have told no one, something you even denied. I might be an addict, not to drugs or alcohol, but to this, gambling. You know that games with cards in a casino cost money, and there is a reason they are 18 plus. Your hands are always shaking when you draw cards for whatever game. The thrill, suspense, and rush are your drug. I borrowed enough money to buy a house, and if only I'd win a few rounds, I could have bought a house and give her a life I didn't have when growing up. We have a jack. He has an ace. You note down on the paper the interim score. You have been marking tallies from the beginning. Aren't you lucky, Death? You say with a smudge of jealousy in your voice. You can't win. I will do everything to make you lose. Pick new cards with a shivering hand. The fact Death is beating you at a simple card game angers you, to a point you wish to scream at him. Getting upset won't help you. The last time you did, a lot of bad things happened. Continue. 4. 8. Man. She, Our Lady, is playing tricks for sure. I must win, and she knows it, but apparently she truly likes to inflict fear into me as a joke. With sweet words, you try to convince yourself that winning is still an option, but you feel the heat rising. Hesitate about the game. Little cards are left since when you began the game, and it frightens you. We could also call it even, couldn't we? You know that bargaining with death is as futile as stealing her back. Continue. 7. Jack. Oh man, it's over. She deserves better, I know. I can't deny that painful truth. Your eyes are watering, but there are no tears rolling down your cheek. You must think I'm a failure by now, a fraud, or a fool. Well, maybe I am, you say with a lump in your throat. Pick 2 cards. I tried quitting this life, but the past always follows you. Especially if the past is actively searching for you, you whisper. My hand. A king. Death. A 10. Her mom would have hated the man I've become. But how could I raise a child alone with such a low income? Your self-pity isn't helping you, but you never opened up to anyone. This battle you have been fighting, one against your very nature, has taken its toll. Hand out new cards. You know, Death, there's no way I can lose, for I have lost everything already, and there's nothing more I can lose. The bitter truth is, she is already theirs, and you know it. My hand, 9. Death's hand, a queen. You laugh at yourself, and at the same time you feel disgusted as you say, "It's rather ironic, isn't it? Gambling for fortune, whatever that may be. It feels to you like the circle has almost been completed. You got nested deep within this problem because of a few simple card games, and you escaped it with another one. Is this real?" As you place one of the last rounds face down on the windowsill, you smile, knowing that what's happening is in the hands of Death and Lady Fortuna. No longer are you in control of anything. You still whisper face down, "Please, I just want to win." A 2 and a 3. You feel a little drowsy. Haven't you seen Death's last card before? Death is winning. He has more points than you, and the light at the end of the tunnel is slowly fading away. You are frightened, but at the same time overwhelmed with endorphins, for you have never played such a game before. The excitement partially comes from whether Death exists and is playing a game with you, and the gamble if you can still win. My hand, a 2. Death, a 4. You are conflicted. Your mind doesn't know what it wants or how it should feel. Both the emotions of losing her or winning her back, and losing or winning the game itself are becoming a chaotic mess inside your mind. Draw 2 of the last few cards. I must win her. I mean, win at all. You are stumbling on your own words. A 6 and a 6. Please, I tried my best. I just wanted to win her back. Those tears which didn't roll down a few rounds ago are making your cheeks wet now. You know all is lost. An 8 and a 7. Looking at the score, you say, "Lady Luck has sealed our fate." You close your eyes as tightly as possible. You have lost, and you fear that Death reaps your soul. After a good while, you open them. The cards are still on the table. The chair is still outside. No light has been extinguished. The scoreboard hasn't been tampered with. And you don't seem to be in hell. You say, "It was all just a silly ghost story." Sigh of relief. You hear a gun cock behind you, and a voice saying, "We gave you a month to get the money. You're as good as useless to us. Any last words?" The end. So the assumption there is that he dies anyway, which I always found interesting in these kind of loan shark kind of situations. It's like, if you killed a person who owes you money, you're never going to get that money, so why even kill them? I mean, you're literally killing the chance of getting any of that money back. But I digress. I kind of would like to have seen his, I don't want to say descent into madness, but his just kind of like descent into, paranoia more prominent. I mean, he kind of had a steady, I'm depressed, sort of, I screwed up and I'm just trying to fix it thing going through it. But I would really actually like to see him like get increasingly angry or paranoid or, just whatever. As it went on, he stayed pretty even keeled the entire time. Sometimes the text would mention that he was trembling or his hands were shaking. or his voice was, shaky or something like that. I'd like to see that stuff kind of happen a little earlier, and then have it like build even more so later as we get towards the end of the game. And yeah, I don't know if this is a situation where you can actually win. If it's like just kind of RNG sort of thing where it's random and whatever, you can check it out, see if you get a different outcome. I was never ever going to click on accuse death of cheating. The reason being that even in video game form or interactive fiction like this, I am never going to accuse death of cheating because, I don't know, call me superstitious, but I ain't crossing that bridge. There's just a few things I don't want to mess with. Death's one of them. The others are the IRS and Anonymous. Don't want to mess with them because for the same reason, because they can really screw your life up. And you probably don't want to go around trying to anger death, right? I don't know. This is my opinion. You can take it or leave it. Anyway, if you liked what you saw here, go ahead and look. Here's all the information you need. Also, click the link down below. Check out the game for yourself. Support indie devs for sure. And if you like the video, go ahead and click on that like button. Poke it until it says like. Get the thumbs up. And I would greatly appreciate it. And if you also are not already subscribed, I would very much appreciate it if you did, and I thank you. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.